Hey, thanks for coming back. This is Shrashira. Hey, today I'm going to be making some stuffed chicken drumsticks. Now, I'm not going to stuff them with just anything. It's going to be stuffed with, of course, some chicken, but we're going to have some veggies in there. We're going to have cheese in there. You know, like I said, there's spinach in there, veggies. I'm going to put shrimp in there. You could also, if you want, even though I didn't do it, because the peanut gallery, you could use crawdad tails. Crawdad meat will go very well with this. But it's going to be delicious. See how I do it. It's completely boneless, so you can eat the entire thing. Look at this. Is this nice? Boneless spinach salad. Let me taste a little bit before I let you go. I'm going to try some. I'm going to try it with a little bit of spinach too, if I can get the spinach. A little bit of spinach salad. Alright, good. And definitely try this out. Oh man. Hey, this is Shrashira. That's the best elevator music I ever heard. So you can see I got my drumsticks here. It's about 4 pounds of them or so. And they're pretty big. I mean, I don't know what kind of chickens they got these off of, but look at this. This giants. So what we're gonna do, I have another bowl here, and we're just gonna pull the skin off of the drumstick, right? We have a better use for it. So just get a good grip, pull it, and you should be able to pull it right off, right? Right? There you go. It's off. And now what you want to do is turn it, because right now it's turned inside out. So you want to turn it the right way, right? So now you got like a little sock, a little sleeve. It's going to be real important. So we're going to go through. And we're going to pull the skin off of all these drumsticks. Make sure you have a good grip. Take your time. And you should be able to pull it right off. See that? And then we're going to turn it the proper way. And be careful when you do this. You don't want to tear the skin. In the bowl it goes. So I'm going to do the rest of these and we'll be right back. So now that we got the skins off, we need to marinate them. And I'm using soy sauce and some Shaoxing wine. Shaoxing cooking wine, you see? Right? About a tablespoon goes in. And then we're going to put a tablespoon of some good old Kikkoman soy sauce. Tablespoon of that goes in. And we're going to let this marinate in the refrigerator for a half hour. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is cut the meat off of the drumsticks, right? We don't want the excess fat, in case you missed it when you were cleaning it. We don't want the ligaments. We just want the meat, okay? And if you want, you can save the bones for soups and stocks, but right now we just want the meat. So let's cut this meat off here. Make sure you get the cartilage out of there, the hard bones, get those out. That's good. In the bowl. Work on the other side. You see the tendon? Tendon, we don't want that. So we're just gonna cut that right on out. Now granted, some of the tendons might sneak in there. That's fine. But you don't want too many tendons in there. You want this to be nice and soft, nice and tender. Like this little sinew here, that's fine. By the time we, blend this up or pulsate it, it won't even, like I said, just use the rest, the leftover. Use that for stocks. Make it a nice chicken stock. You know, don't let it go to waste. So you can see the tendons. You don't want that. You can cut them tendons out of there. You know, take your time and look through it. You know, if you're one of those people that like the tendons, hey, by all means, keep it in there. All right, so we're gonna do the rest of these and we'll be back. All right, so for the filling, we're gonna need pepper, black pepper, a little bit of salt. It doesn't have to be kosher salt this time, it could be table salt. About a tablespoon of garlic, a tablespoon of Shrashira wine, a tablespoon of soy sauce, a tablespoon each of oyster sauce and hoisin sauce, 1 sliced up green onion, scallion, and a little bit of parsley, probably about a good 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley, and about a 1/4 cup of red onions, the zest and the juice of 1 lemon, roughly about a 1/2 cup of smoked sausage, about 1/3 cup of breadcrumbs. I'm using panko. About 1/3 cup of cheese of your choice. I have about a pound of cleaned and deveined shrimp. I peeled them. We have a couple handfuls of baby spinach. You know, how much spinach you put in there is completely up to you. And then of course we have our meat from our chicken, you know, that we cut off the bone. Okay? So now let's start putting it together. All right, so in our food processor, that's our oven telling us we're ready, but you calm down. We're gonna add our chicken to the food processor, because we're gonna blend it to almost a paste type consistency. And we're also gonna add our shrimp. The shrimp in there. Let's put the lid on and blend this up. Okay, now to this, we're gonna add our breadcrumbs, our parsley, our red onions, throw the sausage over in here, our garlic, our soy sauce in, our Shrashira cooking wine goes in, gives a good flavor, our hoisin sauce, that guy in there, right? Our oyster sauce in, now we're going to blend this before we put the next ingredients in. All right, looks good. So now let's add our lemon zest and our lemon juice. Get all that in there. Give it that little pop. Add our cheese. That mixed in. And our spinach. Get a little bit of spinach in there. And this is going to be our filling. And then keep in mind also, when this is cooking, the spinach is going to break down even further. So keep that in mind too. So you see it's just about ready. You guys want to blend this spinach down just a little bit more. And now at this point, the last thing I'm going to add is our green onions. Because they're so delicate, I want to add them last. So let's go ahead and plop these in here now. And they don't have to be broken completely down. Alright, now at this point, a little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. You don't need a lot. Maybe a teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of salt. Now give this a quick blitz. Alright, so I have a cookie sheet here lined with a cooling rack that we're putting our stuffed chicken drumsticks on. We have our filling here. We have our skins that have been marinating. And what you want to do is take a spoon and you want to get your filling and start filling it up. Get it all the way to the bottom to where you can get your fingers in and close it up, and you just want to keep filling it. Yeah, this is tedious. You can't really do this with your hands. You have to use a spoon to get the filling in there. My hands are too big anyway, so. And you want to just fill it up. It's like you're filling up a sock. Some more filling. Let's get it in there. And once you have it in here, you can shape the skin however you want it, right? You can fold it over. You can squeeze more down to the bottom. So you can press more on top. It's completely up to you. But you want to try to fill the skin up as much as possible. Right? So here we go. There's one. And yes, there'll be some leftover filling. You can completely make meatballs out of it. It's up to you. Now on the cooling rack, this one goes. Now let's grab another one. And we're just going to repeat the process until they're all filled. Press it in. A little more on this one on the top. Alright. And then we have another one. See that? There we go. And these are going to go into the 350-degree oven for about 25 minutes, maybe even 30 because it's dark meat. And we'll start checking it at about the 25-minute mark, actually. So let me get this in the oven. Let's get these in the oven. All right, let's check the temp on these. Since this is primarily dark meat, I like to have it around 175, 180. Let's see what we got. Check the meatball in the back here. 162. So we're gonna give this, we're gonna check back in like another 10 minutes or so. So you might see recipes out there, they say, well, when you stuff your chicken like this, chicken skin, you make a stuffed chicken, cook it at 350 for 15 minutes. Don't buy into that. Just because it looks good doesn't mean it's ready. Check that temperature. You don't want your guests to be sick. For real. All right, let's give these guys a check here. And based on how they look, I'm going to turn them around and I'm going to flip them over. Let me check the temp on some of these guys just to see what we're working with. They look good. Some of the meatballs can use a little more work, but I'm going to turn this. I was going to flip them, but I changed my mind. And we're going to give these like 10 minutes, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and then it should be good to go. Then we'll take them out so they can rest for 5. All right, let's check these temperatures, mainly for the meatballs, really. Because the chicken, the drums are done, but I just want to look at the meatballs. Good. I'm gonna pull these guys. Let me get these out. And we're gonna let them rest for about 5 minutes. So they're nice and rested. Look at that. Not a bone in sight. It's gonna be delicious. Let's plate up. Look at that plate. Stuffed chicken drumsticks, boneless, with shrimp, veggies, cheese. Oh, you gotta try this. You're gonna enjoy it. That being said, like, comment, subscribe. This is Shrashira, and yep, it's that time again. I'm about to get my grub on. Get in with the get in. I'm out.